Hello and welcome to another episode of Jason's Porsche channel on a breezy December day. Christmas, Hanukkah, and the other holidays are just right around the corner. If you guys are like me and you've procrastinated, or maybe you can't even come up with an idea of what to buy the Porsche owner in your life. Or if you are the Porsche owner, maybe you've got an end of the year bonus, you're looking for some things to spend money on, this is the video for you. I've got things from cleaning supplies to tools, mechanics parts, clothing, and you guys know me, I am a Porsche owner on a budget. So this stuff is fairly inexpensive. I think the most expensive thing here is well under $200. So there should be something here for everybody. All right, we're going to start off with one of the cheapest things that I've got today is this magnetic parts holder. Just bought it. I haven't even taken it out of the package yet, as you can see. Got it at Harbor Freight on Black Friday. I think I paid about 89 cents for it on sale. I think regular retail is $2 or $3. But if you're not familiar, it's a little round tray with a magnet on the back. And as you're working on the car, you drop your nuts and bolts in there and keeps them secure. Even if you kick it over, the magnet will keep the hardware from flying all over the garage floor. Very nice to have. Also nice to have is a tire gauge. Especially on these older cars, there's no tire pressure monitors, so you need to check your tire pressure every so often. They come in all different shapes and sizes and prices. I like this little rotary dial one here. It seems to be pretty accurate. I've had it for several years. I want to say I paid about $6 or $7 for it. Funnels are a nice thing to have an assortment of. Everybody should have some. Range in price from a few cents to a few dollars. You can buy them individually or in sets, and there's specialty funnels for different things. Great to have for topping off the fluids or doing oil changes. Speaking of oil changes, every Porsche owner should have a dedicated oil filter. I'm going to call it a socket because it's not really a wrench. This one goes on a ratchet, or you can use a wrench on it to turn it. But anyway, for this Boxster, this is a 74 millimeter 14 flute, meaning the flutes are the flat sides on it. There's 14 of them going around, so 74 millimeter is what this Boxster takes, and just indispensable for getting that oil filter off. Another thing I like are these Michelin windshield wiper blades, or from Costco actually, and I don't know what the regular retail. I saw them today on sale actually, and they were I think $7.99 on sale. And if you're not the Porsche owner, make sure you know the year, and the model of the Porsche they've got, because there's a little book you look it up in, and it'll tell you exactly what size you need to buy. Moving along, got some cleaning stuff here. I just bought this little roll around stool, also from Harbor Freight on Black Friday. Paid about 20 bucks for it, so I think regular retail is closer to 40, but it's really nice. I'm older, and getting up and down off the ground is getting harder and harder. So this thing has got a little tray in the bottom, as you can see, and I can put my cleaning supplies there, roll around. There's a hydraulic cylinder under the seat. I can go up and down as need be. But yeah, it's really nice to have. Shop towels, nice to have as well. They're a little bit tougher than your average kitchen towel. Also, I'm pretty sure they're almost lint-free. Good for when you're cleaning out engine parts and stuff like that. And then there's cleaning chemicals and things, like the Back to Black trim and plastic restorer for your black plastic pieces on the car. They tend to start graying over the years, and this will turn them back to black, of course, just as the title says there. Headlight cleaning kits. I don't have one with me, but they're nice to have. This is actually once you've cleaned the headlight and got it from yellow back to clear, this is actually a clear coat that you will then spray on, and it'll hopefully give you a couple of years of clear headlights before you have to redo them. Tire shine or wet look tire, whatever kind of chemicals, that's one I like. Also comes from Costco. When I first bought this car, the leather seats were pretty dirty, so this is the leather cleaner that I bought. And then I also bought these leather conditioning wipes, and about every month or so I'll take one or two out and wipe over the seats and just kind of freshen them up a little bit. I think it helps a little with the UV, not 100% sure about that. Soap, different kind of car wash chemical type stuff would be great gift. Also, I got a bucket back here. Everybody needs a bucket or a foam cannon or some way to get the soap onto the car. Microfiber towels. These also come from Costco. I think it's a pack of 30 and they're about $17, $18 regular. I wait till they're on sale for about $14, $15 before I get them. I have a few other microfiber towels like the blue one back here and this large yellow one that I like to use to help dry the car with. Mr. Clean Magic erasers. I just did a video on them. They work really well on getting the hard to get off stuff off your wheels. I wouldn't use it on the body paint, but on the wheels they seem to do a pretty good job. And speaking of cleaning the wheels, different types of detailing brushes. This is a wheel brush for getting into the little places, but they make brushes for getting into the interior, into the air vents, and all kinds of different things. Would be nice to have. This red thing here is actually a dust mop, basically to go around your car and dust with. I live in an area where every spring and early summer we have a tremendous amount of pollen. You could honestly wash your car every day, but instead of doing that every day or two, I'll just grab the dust mop and run around the car and dust it off. This one's kind of dirty. I've had it a few years, but it does a good job. I don't have any scratches that I can contribute to the dust mop, so I think it does a pretty good job. I try to keep the grit and stuff out of it. Just an old-fashioned gas station type squeegee. I love cleaning my windshield every so often. I like a clean windshield, and this is a really nice way to do it. I've had this one for a long time, as you can tell, the dirty handle. But yeah, I clean the windshields on the cars when there's dead bug splatter. I actually clean the windows on the house, the mirrors on the bathroom sometimes with this guy, and just a really nice thing to have. So moving into maintaining your Boxster, because some of you guys live in colder climates to where maybe you go a month or two through the winter without even using the car. So one thing you'd need, I've always called them a trickle charger. It says battery tender on it, but they're nice to have. You plug it into the wall. It's got the little terminal clamps here. You plug those onto the battery, and it slowly adds a little bit of electricity, keeps your battery fresh, your electronics in your car fresh. It will charge a battery if the battery is not too far gone, but it will take a long time for it to do that. So if you don't have a long time, I just recently bought this battery starter. I'm not really sure what you want to call this, but it came from Amazon. This is actually a battery, and it has the terminals here. You just plug this instead of getting the old-fashioned jumper cables and having to pull another car up, because modern cars with all their electronics, they don't really want you to be using jumper cables on them. So this is a little bit safer way to do it. You just plug this into your battery just like the trickle charger, and you're ready to go. Just immediately get in the car and start it up. Then you can plug this into the wall of your house and keep that battery charged up. It comes with a case. It has a flashlight built into the side of it. You can even charge your cell phones off of it, and if you're in a jam or something, it's nice to have. I bought it on Amazon. It was on sale. I think I paid just a little under $70 for it. This particular one is a 4,000 amp peak current. It's a little bit more powerful because I was thinking, well, I know some people with like diesel trucks and stuff, and if I'm ever around somebody and they need a jump, I don't want to be embarrassed that my battery thing is not quite powerful enough. But this one's easily has enough power to do the Porsche, my Subaru, my PT Cruiser, any of the cars that I own, so, or my neighbors for that matter. But yeah, another nice thing to have. All right, and on to some little bit larger items. These guys are also from Harbor Freight. This is a creeper here. If you're not familiar, you lay on here. There's a place for your head. And once the car is up off the ground, if you need to get under it to work on it, it's got the wheels, and you just roll right up under it. I've always wanted one. I haven't had a chance to use this one yet. Usually I just end up putting cardboard under the car and sliding under and sliding back. So this should be much better, much easier for me, nicer. Also from Harbor Freight, I did a video on this a while back. This is my 1.5 ton, they call it a racing jack because it's a little bit lighter weight, but it's low profile, 1.5 ton jack. And it's really all you need for this particular car. If you have larger cars, trucks, SUVs, you may want to go more with a 2-ton to 3-ton style jack. And depending on your Porsche, now if you have a 911, Boxster, Cayman, you're probably going to want the low profile so it can easily slide under. If you have a Porsche SUV or some other type car, you can probably get away with just a normal jack and don't need the low profile. But I want to say this one at Harbor Freight regular retails for around $90 to $100. They have bigger ones that, you know, would go all the way up to 200 or maybe even a little more. But good floor jack is very nice to have if you work on your own cars. And moving on to clothing of all things. But for the Porsche owner in your life or for yourself, I don't know what it is about this car, but I've never owned a car that just makes me feel good going down the road. I guess it's the top down, sun shining in on you, and people can see you in there pretty easily, and they're looking too. So, you know, you might want to look nice. This little flat cap, or newsboy sometimes they're called, button down, I don't know. Never owned one, never even thought about owning one, but this car made me desire one. You can pick them up for anywhere from $20 to probably $60, $70, depending on the quality that you get. A pair of driving gloves would be nice, a nice scarf. Yeah, I hope it's not a pride thing, because I don't want to be considered prideful, but I really do sometimes just like to look nice going down the road in my car. Key fobs. Now this is the original fob that came with this car, and as you can see, it is extremely worn out. So I was at the Porsche dealership buying a relay early on, and I looked in their display case there, and they had fobs, replacement fobs, but they wanted $30-something for them. And if that's not too much for you, you can go that route at the dealership, or I'm sure a Porsche online, you know, store, you could get it there as well. But I was actually on AliExpress at some point a little later, and it crossed my mind, and so I searched, and sure enough, they have Porsche key fob, you know, knockoffs out of China. They're about $10, maybe even a little less, and I got this one with free shipping. And you're not going to be able to get one for somebody for Christmas, because it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for them to get here. But yeah, it's just an idea for down the road, I guess. And now the last thing I've got, and this is not necessarily just for a Porsche owner, but these are the hottest thing for men, at least it seems, this year for Christmas. This is a miniature toolbox. I know Lowe's has got a Cobalt brand one, and this is the US General from Harbor Freight, and they're just like a normal toolbox. It's got padding inside. The drawers have got a little magnetic lock. This US General one's actually got bearings and rails on the sides. They're pretty nice. They're pretty small though, but I actually bought one. I'm going to keep my drill bits in it. I've got a bunch of random drill bits in my big cabinet that are just sort of scattered about. But I've know people who are keeping their car keys, their everyday carry pocket knives. You could probably, this bottom one here is a little deeper. You could keep a couple of watches in there or something like that. Almost like a men's jewelry box, I guess. Or they could keep tools in it like I'm going to do. But yeah, Harbor Freight, I think these things regular retail for just about $20. I'm not sure what the Lowe's Cobalt brand one goes for. But yeah, like I said, these things, people were going crazy for them just a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure they probably still are with Christmas just right around the corner. And one last bonus gift idea, and this is not necessarily just for a Porsche owner, but for anybody, would be a shop vac. This is a little Hart brand. I bought it at Walmart a few years ago. I think I paid $40, $50 for it. It's small, but it's got a pretty powerful motor on it. And what I have noticed is that this Boxster, if I take it somewhere and park it, leave the top down for any period of time, when I come back and get in, there's always a couple, 2 or 3 leaves, seed tags, just some kind of grit grime stuff is blown in. It's in the seats, it's behind the seats, wherever. And so when I get home, this shop vac is always plugged into an extension cord and with the crevice tool on it, or crevasse tool if you're a non-American speaking viewer of this video, just a joke. Anyway, I pull the shop vac out and go behind the seat or the floor mats or wherever and get the debris out. I noticed when I first bought this car and started going through it that every little nook and cranny around the convertible top, around the windshield, even when I took the battery cover and the cabin filter cover off, there were just all kinds of leaves and pine straw and stuff just crammed down in there. And you really want to keep that stuff cleaned out. As it rots, it becomes acidic and it can do a lot of damage if you're not careful. And if you want the car to last, just keep it clean. And a shop vac would be a wonderful way to take care of it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope there was something in all of this that you saw that you liked, or at least maybe got your gears turning and you can come up with your own ideas for what to get the Porsche owner in your life. And hey, just had a thought. If you are the Porsche owner, maybe turn on your significant other to my channel. Have them watch the video and they can maybe surprise you with something. And if they like it, tell them to hit like and to subscribe as well. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you watching, and if I don't see you before, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.